Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 129 of Fringe Fanatics. I am Chris Zane.
And I'm Chad Lee. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it each and every week when any of you tune in, for that matter. And if you haven't yet, please make sure to go like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell so you get them dang old notifications. But yeah, we've got a rip-roaring week of sports this week. I mean, we've got... Finally, though, we don't have to worry about back-to-backs with the NBA, well, at least with the Nuggets and the Avalanche.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah, that's been getting pretty rough. So we finally are on split days, so the double nights of just massive sports intake will be slowing down a little bit. But yeah, we got the draft on Thursday, lots of stuff going on.
Yep. Yeah, it was a late night. I'm tired of those 8 o'clock games, man. It sucks. I was pretty tired this morning.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make it easy getting up early to go to work when you were up till like 11. And then plus, not to mention, like, you're usually not coming down right away anyways.
There's no way to go to sleep right after an overtime loss. And it seems like that's the only way it happens, is in a loss.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and that was the first time since 2008 that both the Avalanche and Nuggets lost in a playoff game on the same night. So
wow.
It's been a long time since that happened. But hey,
at least they're both there.
When you're good, that's a possibility that can happen, unfortunately. So we saw that happen last night. But Saturday, we had the inverse. So that was nice. But yeah, busy week this week. We shall get into it. We have Stone Strankman, a.k.a. Apollo Stoney, from the Clean Sheet of Ice podcast, will be joining us at about 6 o'clock. We're going to go over the Dallas Stars versus Avs round one matchup that is going on. Currently tied 1-1, heading back to Colorado, so that will be interesting. Make sure to check that out. But it is time. We got to get into our weeks, man. It's that time. We'll let you go first. I think I went last week first, so we'll let you do it.
I'll get into it. It wasn't too thrilling. It was pretty chill since the weekend before was so eventful. Friday night, we watched some movies and got Jersey Mike's. We watched that new Mickey 17, the one with Robert Pattinson.
It looks really weird. I'm still not too sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, it was really cool, actually. It was a different side of him that you don't really see too often. His character, the 17th Mickey, is like a really quirky, kind of shy version.
It seems very weird in what I've seen in the trailer.
Yeah, but it was really good. Did you ever see that Korean film Parasite?
Yeah.
The maker of that movie did this one.
Okay, cool, nice.
Yep, it's going to be pretty good. I also started watching a new show. I kind of started watching it maybe a week before that, but I just got to talk about it because I'm just obsessed with it right now, which is Mobland.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Guy Ritchie's new show on Paramount Plus.
I haven't started watching it, but I have heard good things.
Yeah. Man, it's awesome. It is all about like Pierce Brosnan's basically like this mobster that runs this like mob family in England, and Helen Mirren's his wife. And they're just cutthroat. Tom Hardy plays basically like the lead hitman,
yeah,
and just kind of like takes care of everything. Like not so much like a sniper or anything like that, but just like that guy
handles business
exactly.
Yeah,
and it is an excellent show. I was like, damn, that's really good. And then I saw a post that was like, it soared past like 278% on audience scores so far. So people are loving it.
They're liking it.
Yep. And I'm hoping that they keep going with it. Guy Ritchie, you can just imagine all of his stuff like Snatch and
good stuff.
He did Arthur, or which one was that? The one with Charlie Hunnam. It was like the version of King Arthur, but it was badass.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what the name was, but it was
something
about like
King
Arthur.
Arthur. It's just so fast paced. It takes you like a little bit after that first episode. You're like, what the hell is going on? But it's totally worth it. Check it out. Saturday, We had a very eventful day watching the Nuggets. That was fun. I made a bunch of those Dragon Bites. This
Nice.
time I made some variety ones. Where,
Ooh, spice it up a little bit.
yeah, instead of just doing the grape jelly kind of to like garnish it, I've got some Tabasco hot pepper jelly, and then I also had some peach habanero jelly. So had some options.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta have options. You know, God forbid you don't.
I ate so much, I think I had heartburn for like 2 days.
Sometimes you got to pay to play, as they say.
Yes.
That
Prilosec, man, you got to get on that.
Yeah, there's something along those lines. Some Tums to tum.
Yes, I live by Tums. Sunday, we just did a bunch of yard work. I got some new plants potted, all of my nurseries down in the basement going. I got some sprouts that are coming up, and then she was awesome, and I was like kind of like really hurting, like just from like the heartburn and just not feeling too well Sunday.
Yeah.
So she was kind of a badass and made me feel like a little bitch. Went out there and pulled a bunch of weeds while I was playing college football.
Yeah, well, sometimes we gotta take her easy.
Dude, I was the college football playoff. I was playing Alabama. Took me 3 times, but I finally beat their ass.
Oh, were you playing in like the season?
The dynasty mode, yeah. You could, so it's weird. It's like you make a coach,
yeah,
and that's kind of what you do. You're supposed to do like recruiting
it's like
and all that.
Yeah,
I don't do any of the recruiting, but I made the coach look really goofy, so that's fun.
That's fun. Yeah, it's always.
I'm taking on Georgia next in the semifinal. I'm a little nervous about it.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, man. I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Noise.
What about you?
Yeah, this weekend was busy. Been busy with work most of the week. And then Saturday I did a bunch of yard work and stuff. Sunday, watched some of the race. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was great. I'm so glad it was at 11.
Yeah, it was very nice being at 11 o'clock. It was also nice not having any other sports than that really That's day. True. I mean, the Rockies played, but that doesn't really matter.
Speaking of that.
Yeah, they're probably playing here already.
2 minutes, I believe. I've got the scores coming up. I was going to bring this up to you. They are playing my Royals. Did you see the notes?
Yeah, I did. I did see. I don't know what else you said. I just saw something about the Royals.
How about a whiskey wager?
Oh, we haven't done that. We haven't done that in a while.
That's what I thought. And it wouldn't be no fun to do it one game. So let's do whoever wins the series.
Okay, well, it's probably going to be the Royals. Well, I feel like I'm taking a losing battle here, but it's possible they could win.
Dude, the Royals are only 9-14.
We got Clint Hurdle as a hitting coach now. We fired some people. Well, one person that was apparently to blame for why they're so terrible. But yeah, Clint Hurdle's back, so maybe they will win. I don't know, but let's do it.
Yeah, awesome, cool. I figured we'll just
whiskey
keep
wager,
$10, $15 bottle.
I'm gonna write a song for that.
Whiskey wager. That does sound like a good song.
Mm-hmm.
It sound like Dewey Cox.
Yeah.
You write a song, Chris Ray? Do it, man.
Guilty as charged. But yeah, so didn't watch that though because that's terrible and it just upsets me. Trying to think what else we've been watching. We've been trying to finish up a bunch of stuff. We want to watch some stuff on Apple Plus so we can just cancel it because there's only like a few good shows on it, I feel like.
Oh, whatever, man. There's some good ones.
Well, I mean, we want to watch...
You're caught up with Shrinking, right?
Yeah, we're caught up on that one.
Excellent.
But we need to watch... what's the one? Severance we need to watch. And I think... Isn't there a second season of Silo?
Yes, that's another back burner one that I'm going to get into. I've got a bunch of shows I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
What about Studio? We started with that one. It's pretty good.
Oh, is that the one with Seth
Rogen?
And it's like supposed to be like a parody of what it's like working in a studio.
Pretty much, yeah, because they make this stupid thing where it's like the studio head or the owner of the studio is like, I want you to do a Kool-Aid movie.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like funny because like there's a bunch of stupid movies.
Scorsese was in there or something.
Yeah, I mean...
Ron Howard was in
dude,
there.
the cameos are ridiculous. Like there's just nothing but celebrities.
No, yeah, we haven't started watching that one.
That's a
yet,
good
but
one.
That does seem like a good one we need to watch.
Another movie that's on there that I started that I still want to finish is Tetris.
Oh, the like documentary one?
No, it's a real movie made by. I know you watched like the crime thing where the guy had to go into the prison to like act like somebody.
Oh yeah.
He's the star of it, and the story of Tetris is insane. Where like it involved the Russians. It got started during like the Soviet Union.
Listen to the theme song's like a Russian theme song.
I've never really thought about that, but yeah, it was like a really controversial thing, and I still want to finish it. But yeah, that's a really good movie.
So it's like a movie.
Yeah, it's a real movie. No, it's not a documentary.
Okay.
It's a movie on how Tetris was made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw there was that movie like about how like maybe that was the one like with Game Boy.
I think that ends up popping up in it.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I only got like 30 minutes into it, but
yeah, no, I haven't checked that one out. So that another thing I need to watch. But yeah, we're like we have too much stuff to watch. We're not watching it. We just end up watching like the same stuff that we've watched. So we need to branch out a little bit. You know?
No, I hear you, man.
We've watched The Office only so many times. It's like, all right, we can't watch The Office again.
Yeah. We actually watch that on Friday night. That's like our thing. Where on Friday nights, sometimes like while we're eating, we put on the.
That's usually what happens, but then we end up watching whatever show we're watching. Like we've been watching a lot of Dirty Jobs. We were doing MythBusters, but I don't think Meryl likes MythBusters as much as I do. So, you know.
Yeah, Mike Rowe was just on Theo's podcast.
Oh,
so,
was he?
Yeah, I'm excited
pretty good.
Listen to that.
Let's check that one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it's been just hammering down, trying to get a bunch of shit done. But hammer down, dude.
Sweet.
Eastbound and down,
Nice.
But
nice,
yeah, so just watch a bunch of sports this weekend, and then that's about it. Now we're into another week, and the weather's supposed to be good, except for like Friday it's supposed to rain. But other than that, we're almost in the summertime.
Yeah,
it's like here.
We got snow over the weekend. It was insane.
Oh yeah, I did forget that we got snow, but I think that might be the last one. We might get one more next month, but we'll see.
Yeah, you never know.
Colorado's crazy. She'll throw you some curveballs,
Dump on you.
Yes, sir. Well, before we get our guest on, I say we get into a little bit of the headlines and talk about some things that are going on.
I'm down.
Let's do it, man.
Headlines! Get your headlines here!
Yes,
indeed.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here, Chad? Not a lot of NFL stuff, although
not yet.
With the draft coming up, I mean, we are going to have a lot to talk about. I mean, we could probably run down what the top 10 is going to be of this mock draft. Connor Orr's mock draft 9.0. This is the 9th version of his mock draft. This is the one that is the one.
I figured I would try to find one that wasn't Mel Kiper, Todd McShay. It pretty much staying away from ESPN. I listen to Connor Orr on Heed the Call all the time.
Okay,
so and I'm a pretty big fan of his. So I like it. They've got the Steelers taking Jalen Milroe. I thought that was kind of interesting. That's a pretty good pick.
Before we get too far into it, I was trying to tease it, but then we just started. But let me hit this real quick because it's good sound.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on that's now shaking things up. I mean, we've got, is there going to be a trade? There's a lot of people saying there's going to be a huge trade into the top 5. Could be the Broncos. There's rumors about that. I don't know.
Yep.
So it's, it seems like the first pick is kind of locked in. So from what I heard today, the Tennessee Titans did inform Cam Ward that they will be picking him with the number 1 overall pick.
There you go.
Let's hope that with that being the news, that they don't make us wait the entire time limit.
Yeah,
let's just get it on the road. You know what I mean?
I know it.
But yeah, the big question though now is, and this kind of came out earlier today, that the Browns and the Giants have both been fielding calls from teams in terms of a trade for their pick. So that is where this could get shaken up. But right now, Connor Orr does have the Browns taking Travis Hunter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads into the other news as well, that Jerry Jones said today that the team is working on pretty substantial trades regarding players. So maybe they might trade some players to get up to that number 2 pick.
Yes.
Who knows? I think if they want to stay relevant and not just like pander to their fans, basically, like what that guy that we had on from the Blitz, he brought it up where it's they're really almost not trying to win. They're almost trying to tease winning. But if they actually want to create a winning culture, trade away some of those guys, man, and get number 2, and either go get Shador, get Deion's son.
Yeah.
Go get Travis Hunter.
I mean, at this point, from the sounds of it, Shador might be there at their pick. They might not have to move. We'll see what's going to happen there as he has now been falling. But we will have, oh man, I'm forgetting his name right now. He's at Carb Crush.
Chris Rosa.
Yes, Chris Rosa.
Yep.
From one of the Giants podcasts out there. He will be on next week to discuss what is going on and what they did with the number 3 pick. But right now, Connor Orr has the Giants taking Abdul Carter. So we'll see if that one stays there. He is the number 1 overall defensive end, edge rusher, if you will, in the draft at this moment.
A lot of injury news surrounding him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. I mean, that was the thing with his ankle. They're saying he was going to drop, and now there's other stuff going on. So
didn't work out at the combine, and then he didn't really do much on his pro day. So we'll see how healthy he is. I wonder if that's going to deter anybody, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, he's still going to be, even if he does have some injuries now, he's probably going to, I mean, hopefully they're not lingering ones and they can just be dealt with and he'll be fine. But we could see him fall as well, especially if someone moves up and ends up trying to take a quarterback in front of either, the Giants or something along those lines. So.
Yeah. Well, number 4 seems pretty locked up. I've heard from a few different sources that the Patriots will be taking Will Campbell, offensive tackle from LSU.
I mean, it makes sense. Vrabel, I feel like he's all about the trenches to some degree.
Yeah.
They're a lot about running the ball and stuff. I did have Derrick Henry. They have a very, very big emphasis on running the ball, so it makes sense. And also, you're going to have somebody protect you on that left or right side, depending on where they have them. So that is going to help as well.
Yep. You got to protect Drake May.
Yes,
a lot of potential
indeed.
there. Now, this is the one that I think, from what I've heard, basically 1 through 5 is pretty solid, unless there is a trade up into like that number 2 or the 3. But the Jacksonville Jaguars at number 5 going to take Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan. But there are a lot of rumors they might trade this pick away.
Yeah, indeed, it's possible. I mean, they have a lot of impact players on the offensive side of things. When you really look at it, they got 2 pretty decent running backs. They've got a decent, stable of wide receivers. So it is possible they trade back and take somebody, a few picks back, or even drop into the teens. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we have seen a couple trades by now. This could be a very interesting draft from the sounds of it. So.
Yeah, I've heard.
And speaking of which, the next one on here, according to Connor Orr from Sports Illustrated, I don't know if we actually said that, but he is projecting a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Colts move up and take tight end Tyler Warren. Now, this is a guy who was doing everything at Penn State. I mean, he is the Joker, as Sean Payton likes to call him. He's that Deebo Samuel type of guy where you could line him up as a wide receiver, you could put him in the backfield, you could put him in a tight end, you could,
But he's like the size of Nick Bosa.
Yeah,
he's enormous.
Yeah, he's a guy, if he falls, I wouldn't mind the Broncos trading up and trying to grab. But that takes us to number 7, and this one's not really groundbreaking by any means. The New York Jets taking Armand Mimbo, offensive tackle, or Mimbo, offensive tackle from Missouri. Kind of seems lackluster to me, which they don't even have a quarterback really to protect, so to speak. I know, who did they trade for?
I'm trying to remember who they're. Justin Fields. That's
right. Okay, so they do have a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's the long-term answer, but yeah, go ahead and get some offensive line help, I guess.
Well, they lost Mekhi Becton a couple years ago.
Yeah,
so,
and they still do have Garrett Wilson out there, so they do have some weapons.
Breece Hall
is really good running back.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, help your
right.
offensive line. I guess that one does kind of make sense. Take us to number 8.
All right, number 8, the Carolina Panthers will be taking Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan. This could be a really good pick because, I mean, they already just paid J.C. Horn, who is, I think, now the second highest paid because I think Stingley's the first. I can't remember how that order went.
But, yeah,
I mean,
whoever was last.
Yeah, they already have a lockdown on one side, so I think they want to secure that other side of the field. So, those Michigan players, they're damn good.
Yeah, and then this is the one that kind of surprises me. With only one quarterback off the board, I do not understand why the Saints, who the rumblings are now that Derek Carr has some sort of shoulder injury that may require surgery that could keep him out the entire year. Connor Orr has the New Orleans Saints taking Ashton Genty.
I know.
I could see he's there, obviously, but to not take a quarterback when you have no quarterback and you could take your pick of the top two top three, I guess
you
could
take Shedeur, you could take Jackson Dart.
Yeah, and I was also surprised here that, back at number 3, the Giants didn't take Jackson Dart, because I've heard a lot of rumblings that Brian Dable loves him some Jackson Dart and actually has him graded as his highest quarterback.
Is Joe Shine's got like Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and there's
backups.
a third. Oh, Tommy DeVito there, Tommy Cutlets.
Yeah, dude.
And they're saying, "Oh, we're fine with our QB room." Like, so you're
fine
with
and cut everybody.
You're fine with mediocrity,
Keep Tommy.
So after we get through the next one, I do want to ask you, because that's kind of that Jackson Dart thing. I'll just say it. It's not so much like a sleeper, but I think I've been wrong in the past. I remember saying to a buddy, I thought Josh Rosen was going to be the best QB in that draft.
It wasn't a very good draft, really. But
so wrong, dude. I think that was Josh Allen's year.
Yeah.
But I really think out of all these quarterbacks, I think Jackson Dart's going to be the best one.
He does kind of seem, him and Shedeur, supposedly, from what a lot of people say, pro-ready's thrown around a lot with those two. But yeah, we shall see what happens there.
So let's do number 10, and then give me your sleeper out of the first round. Who you think is going to be the best NFL ready?
In any player? Or just a quarterback?
It doesn't have to be quarterback, any player.
Okay, all right. Number 10, we've got the Bears, and they are taking Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle. Dude, this is what I'm saying about this draft. If it did go this way, you literally have almost, depending on how you grade, Travis Hunter, you really still have like the top offensive players still left at 10.
That's why I like this mock draft, dude.
It's crazy.
You see Mel Kipers and all those guys on ESPN, they're chalk. It's basically best available going through. But that's never the way it shakes out.
Here's the thing, though, and this is what I don't believe about this. The fact that there's only one quarterback taken in the top 10 is not real to me. I feel like there's going to be two at least.
You never know.
And I think the big slap in the face is going to be Jackson Dart over Shedeur Sanders, but we shall see.
I hope it happens, man.
But yes, in my terms, in terms of who's the most pro-ready, man, I want to say, and I'm going to go running back just to be different. I want to say Omari and Hampton, and there's two reasons that I say that.
Okay.
One, I hope the Broncos do end up with him if Genty is gone, because I think if Genty's there at 10, I think you see the Broncos.
He's the dude from North Carolina, right?
Omarion, yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Yes.
I did see a post yesterday that said that is a real possibility. They may just stay at 20 and take him.
Yeah, and he might fall to him. In this one, they have him trading up to 16 to grab him, but I don't see why he wouldn't fall there. I don't really know who else is running back needy. The Falcons are good. Bengals are decent. Seahawks are okay. Buccaneers are great. So I don't really see who's going to take a running back there that you would need to trade up. But I do think that from what I've heard, Omarion Hampton is like the best overall, like 1 through 3 down back that can do get you yardage and also being a really good receiver out of the backfield. He did line up wide a lot for North Carolina and did quite well, and he would fit that joker role that Sean Payton covets so much.
Wow. Yeah, that would be a good pick. Well, we'll have to put a pin in that, and we'll have to check back into this after these guys get some NFL reps. But I did hear Brett Veach did say this is like one of the best running back classes in recent memory.
The top 25 are like some of the best they've had in a few years.
Yeah. So they, in saying that, he was pretty much putting out there's a real chance the Chiefs could take a running back. And last time we did in the first round, it was Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So let's hope that kind of works out
a little bit better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But you wanted to hit that McCarthy news before we call this dude?
Yes. Oh, yes. So after a setback in his surgery, McCarthy, the Vikings quarterback, is a full go for preseason workouts after, like I said, suffering that setback. There's a lot of people wondering, will he be available? And it sounds like he's going to be ready to go. So that's a good news for the Vikings, as they will have JJ McCarthy ready to rock, hopefully by week 1. So
Who did they get another backup like vet there, or is it just him?
no, they've got to have somebody. I thought, where did
Sam Darnold
the
went to
mullet
Seattle.
man go?
Gardner Minshew?
yeah.
He went to the Chiefs.
Oh shit, did he?
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
I saw a sweet video of him working out with his shirt off and his mullet. I don't know when it was from, but I was gonna post it because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, the dude's awesome. I can't believe he's a Chief.
Yeah, well, hey, he's not bad. And just a few short starts. So you put him in any more than that, and it gets rough.
Yeah.
I was trying to get to this depth chart, but I guess not. I don't know who the Vikings all have right now.
Maybe they're just rolling with JJ.
They don't have anybody else.
Damn. So he
So
better
they're
be
gonna
healthy.
you're gonna see him draft somebody late, and they're probably gonna grab somebody off the free agent pile.
I know Aiden O'Connell's out there too.
Yeah, they're gonna get
Yep.
somebody out there. A little Farva Jr.
Come on, Rodgers. Just
Farva
follow
Light.
in the footsteps, man. Follow in the footsteps.
Good old Farva Light.
It's funny nobody wants him.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I think that wraps it up for the NFL.
Yeah. I don't really know what else we can talk about for a few minutes, but trying to think here. What else happened in the world of the NFL real quick? Is there anything else we can talk about?
Well, Antonio Brown had a really funny tweet the other day. It was like somebody blamed something on CTE. And what was it?
Well, I mean, he does run CT ESPN, so
Yeah, no, there was somebody did something really stupid, and he had this hilarious tweet that was like, "Bro, don't be blaming that on the CT. I would never do something like that." God, what the hell was it? It was like somebody in basketball or somebody like that just totally screwed up. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, no, I mean, just Antonio Brown's wild, man.
Man, he is
That is like cracker of the day.
Yeah, cracker of the year too, dude. Have you seen how many people logged into that? There was
No.
like millions and millions of people. He is like really starting a movement, and his tweets are pretty hilarious.
They are, but it does make you wonder if he has lost his mind, or is he really just smarter than everybody else?
Oh no, watch some of those podcasts that he's on. I mean, it's not like he hasn't lost his mind. He's just doing his own thing, and he's kind of that CT's affected him, but he owns up to it. He's leaning
It's
into
a
it.
tinge,
Yeah.
Damn you, Vontez Perfect. Damn you.
All right.
Yes, hopefully we will have Stone joining us here shortly. I sent him the invite.
Did you? Yeah. So we're just waiting for him to click it.
We're just waiting for him to get on.
We'll
We're
give you a
hanging
little
out.
update on this game. It's the middle of the second, and it's still 0-0.
0-0.
I did see something today that in the last 10 games where the Rockies went 1-9, it's insane. Their bullpen was fourth best in the league with an ERA of 1.88.
The Rockies?
How is that even possible?
It's not it's just the
Starting
closer or
pitchers.
something.
No, that the
The starting
bullpen. The bullpen is the one that has the fourth best ERA at 1.88.
That's surprising
I know. It shocks me.
because they keep blowing games left and right.
I know. I'm sure that stat's right.
And who do we have playing tonight in the NBA?
Well, right now we got the Bucks
Milwaukee.
and Pacers going on, and Dame has made his return. It's been like almost 2 months since he's been playing, maybe longer.
Oh, Dame. Yeah, it has. It's been over a month. I actually put that in our notes. Dame Lillard. You got that deep vein thrombosis in the old calf muscle. Oh, we're
He's
about
there.
ready to go. Give me 1 second, man, while I get you squared away. Can you hear us?
Yep, I got you. You got me?
We got you loud
Perfect.
and clear. Give me 1 second, and we'll have you up here. How's it going, man? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, yeah, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy night. we are stoked to have you on, especially right now during this series. It is going to be a really good one. I said before this series started, it's probably going to be one of the better series of the entire playoffs, and it's probably going to be the one that. I think at least in the West is going to decide who goes all the way to the finals, at least, because these two teams are juggernauts, so to speak.
Yeah, my co-host Dom and we talked about it before the series started. He had us in 5. I had us in 7. I pointed back to the Vegas series that we had last year in round 1, where it went down 2-0. You went 2 in a row, and then it's 1-1-1 all the way to Game 7. It's two just beasts of teams, and anyone can win the Stanley Cup coming out of that series, but also it takes a lot out of you to win this series. So it's an interesting one to have, especially back-to-back years against y'all. It's been a real wild ride.
Yeah, and you guys got the best of the Avs last year, of course. Unfortunately,
I had fun.
Yeah, I bet. So yeah, I knew this was going to be a knockdown drag out, and especially with Mikko going there, and you have Duchesne, former Avs players. There is a lot of bad blood, so to speak. I don't really know how the Mikko situation is going in terms of the players. That was more of a front office thing. But how do you feel since that trade has happened? He's a great player, but has it worked out, so to speak? It was kind of out of left fields after the trade to Miami. To Carolina.
Yeah. It was a weird trade. So one of my best buddies from college, he's a big Canes fan. So when that trade initially went down to go to Carolina, I was like, holy shit, dude, you got Mikko Rantanen. That's sick. And then it didn't work. Obviously, the system and the player did not work with each other, and it is what it is. And they found a way to get Mikko to where he wanted to be or where he thought he might fit in. And him in Dallas has been a lot of fun. I'm up in the locker room in the press box for the games, credential and all that kind of stuff. So his initial press conference, everyone's asking him the hard hitting questions. And towards the end, I was like, did it feel good not to have to buy a Rolex this time for your number? So we got a good laugh out of him. He's been very kind in the locker room. It seems like the boys love him. He fit right in. Obviously, we have a bunch of Finnish guys on the team as well that he already knew with Granlund, Miro, Rupe, all those guys. So it seems like he's fitting in just fine. And obviously the boys were really excited after the trade because you got Mikko Rantanen on your team. That's not a bad thing to happen. It's just kind of figuring out where the pieces may lay and what line he's going to fit best on for this playoff run. And then next year you can kind of regroup and understand where he's going to be full time.
Yeah, I do feel like you guys kind of got the short end of the stick having to get him, just basically right before the playoffs started. There wasn't much time to gel. I think next year it is definitely going to be scary what he's going to do on that team. Obviously a lot of people were, what's he going to do without Nathan MacKinnon? A lot of people are saying his performance and production has hinged a lot on having Nathan MacKinnon on the same line as him, especially when it comes to power plays and such. But yeah, I am interested to see how it ends up playing out with you guys. You guys got a hell of a player there, and like you said, he's really good in the locker room, and he's a great team guy. It was just unfortunate things didn't work out here with the front office and his agent and such. So
yeah, he seemed quite disappointed in that introductory press conference after the practice before the road trip where he first showed up to Dallas, and he seemed still sad that he wasn't an Av. And that was several weeks after he got traded to Carolina and then got traded from Carolina to Dallas. Like, he's dealing with a lot of moving. He's been in hotels for a few months. So
that's one thing.
There's been a lot going on for the guy and his wife as well. So it's quite the adjustment, but for him to get that contract right as he got traded there, it had to give him some kind of ease of just like,
no
hey,
state
I'm going to be
taxes
here that's a huge win for us.
And property taxes though, but
it evens out in the end. It's about the same, so it's not too bad
for sure. But let's get into the series. Mikko hasn't done a lot in this series, but as someone who covers the Stars, and like you mentioned, you are credentialed. After 2 games, obviously the Avs got home ice back from you guys, but how are you feeling after 2 games right now?
So I thought game 1 that we played really well. Obviously they came in on an 8-game losing streak, which was not fun, where they didn't really play well. They didn't do a lot of good things. Those last 8 games, the Vancouver game was an absolute disaster. I was there for that one. I haven't been that mad since 23 against Vegas in the Western Conference Finals. After that game, that was rough. But you come in on that losing streak and you just got to find something. And I thought that first period, they kind of matched what Colorado was giving them. Like, they were hitting, they were getting at least a couple of good looks. They weren't great, but they weren't bad, and they were getting offensive zone time, which has been a big thing for me. Is like, can you get across the blue line cleanly, and can you keep the puck in the offensive zone? Because when they do that, the Stars are at their best. It's obviously getting shots on goal, getting the rebounds, all that kind of stuff. So thought they played really well in game one. I didn't think the score really reflected what the gameplay really was.
It got away at the end. Yeah, it was.
I
really
thought that
close.
was more of a 2-1 game as opposed to a 5-1 game. So thought they played well in game one, and it's just the bounces didn't go your way, and that's playoff hockey. It happens to every team in the playoffs. Obviously, it happened in game two where we got a few bounces and kind of got it back. And obviously, game two, I thought they played a little bit worse the start of the game and the first period, and thought the Avs were a lot better. They were getting clean shots on Ottinger, and Ottinger just stood on his head in that first period. Obviously, outside of the power play, y'all were kind of peppering him with shots, really good ones as well. So thought that was an interesting first period, and then you kind of matched him in the second period. He didn't capitalize on those 6 minutes of power plays in the last 10 minutes of the second period. And obviously the Avs get up 3-2 and you're clenching in your seat, clenching.
I was clenching still too, even up 3-2.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone is. It's playoff hockey. But in that third period, they just kind of started building after, I don't know if y'all liked it or not, but Liam Bishop kind of getting Nathan's face there.
I thought it was great. I saw you posted that earlier. I did like that back and forth, and McKinnon kind of gave him, the laugh and the smile. Yeah. Couldn't read the lips on it, but
Liam's a Swiss dude. He doesn't know a whole lot of English, or he doesn't choose to use a whole lot of English with the media in the locker room. But he's just a big boy, and he's learning how to play defense in the NHL at an NHL level now, and he's getting better at it, and now he's kind of learning how to be a pest and a dickhead, to say the least. And he's trying to get in people's heads, like Colin Blackwell did last night on his first shift. So he's starting to learn that kind of aspect of the game, and getting after Nathan, I thought was a great kind of go at it, because you can either awake the beast or keep him at bay, and that it kind of worked in our favor the rest of that period. So thought that was fun. Jamie was good last night, Jamie Benn, and threw a few hits. I thought that was the best he's looked in 3-4 months. Like, it's been a while since Jamie Benn looked that good. So I think it's been a very even series. Obviously we go to overtime and it's 16 and a half minutes into it. So they've both been kind of matching each other's play. I think there was 90 combined hits last night, 45 for each team. So being physical is a huge thing that Dallas needed, and getting Mikko helped out with that, because you gained, 8 inches on Logan Stankoven. Love Logan. He was an awesome guy, but you add 8 inches and 60, 80 pounds on that guy. So,
that's one thing I love about what the Avs did, especially at the trade deadline, is they got bigger and they got deeper, which is what you need come the playoffs, because you're going to get banged up, especially like you just said, 90 hits. These guys are going to be battered. But it's... Speaking of battered, just getting into, some of the injuries. Jason Robertson isn't traveling with the team to Denver. We just found out earlier today, which is a huge hit to the team. A lot of people were hoping, it's so hard to get anything with how secretive they are about injuries in the NHL. But people were leaning towards it being bad, but now we're kind of figuring out, like, it's more definitely along the lines of week to week. But Miro Heiskanen has been upgraded day to day. And I did hear he participated in morning skates. So is he close to starting in game 3 or 4, do you think? Or is it more, along the same lines? He's just with the team.
With Robo, Jason Robertson, he was in a big brace that Miro was in right after his surgery. He had the same type of brace on. We saw him in the tunnels after game 1. So I wouldn't necessarily expect to see Robo this series, which sucks for us, but maybe good for y'all. But with Miro, it's whatever you think is logical and what you think the Stars should do. Think the opposite of what Pete DeBoer is actually going to end up doing for the locker room and the lines and everything. But Miro's day to day, but he's been skating. He looked good in morning skate. He looks fast. He's joking around as well. He's smiling on the ice and fucking around with the guys and just having some fun. So I think that was a good sign. But my best guess is game 5 at the earliest. Okay. If we see him in the series, if we don't see him in the series, I wouldn't be surprised either. So that's the Pete DeBoer method. It's like, I just don't know, but
he's very hush hush. He doesn't say much. Even on the bench, like watching him when they cut to him, he's just standing there, not saying much. He's just like taking everything in.
For the most part. The assistant coaches are getting after the boys and everything, and DeBoer's just kind of monitoring everything and making sure everything's going right. So.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Chad, you want to get that last one there?
Yep. When it comes to the Stars fans, is there any legitimate fear of the possible return of Gabe Landeskog for game 3?
Yes and no. And there's a reason for both sides. It's
Oh, yeah.
like he hasn't played in 3 years. So
Yep.
like we did an X Factor thing before when we previewed the series on Clean Sheet of Ice, and we were like, Sagan or Landeskog, like which one is your X Factor here? Zing or Zang for Zing Zang, our sponsor. And we zing Tyler Sagan because he played this year.
Yeah.
Landeskog hasn't played in 3 years. So it's like getting it up to playoff hockey speed is going to be a giant battle. Obviously, he's an incredible player and he's done it and he at the highest level and everything. It's just like, can he do it immediately? Can he do it fast? Is he going to play 10 minutes or is he going to play 20 minutes? Like, what are we looking at there? But the other thing is like, yeah, I'm terrified of what the crowd is going to give him when he is in the face-off circle. Like he's on the face-off
it's
circle.
going to go crazy.
Like, that's going to be terrible. I was like, what I said on our podcast today was that survive the first 10 minutes if you're the Stars. If you can get through the first 10 minutes without allowing a goal, and if you can sneak in a goal in that first 10 minutes, then
hush the crowd up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier sailing through the rest of that game for playoff hockey terms. Basically, it's just like it's still going to be a hard game, but if you can get through that first 10 minutes of the crowd with Landeskog on that ice, it's going to be tough. So we saw it with in the bubble in 2020 with Stammer. He came back. I think it was game 4, game 5. The series is still pretty close, and Stammer came back and they scored in 3.5 minutes, I believe, and it was Stammer that scored. Send that it was over. There was no fans there. That's just the effect of having your captain there and having him on the ice to lead the boys, and especially after 3 years. That's insane that he's waited that long to come back, and credit to him. I mean, he's put in the work to get back, and he's a great player. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm pumped to hear the crowd. I'm not going to be in the arena for it, but I'll watch on TV, and I'm pumped to hear all the stories and everything, because it is a great sports story. You can't doubt that. So
they're making a documentary about it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, have you watched any of the Clean Sheet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No, maybe in the off season. I'm too dialed in right now.
I get it.
Stars. I got NBA playoffs going on. I got Astros baseball on. So I
know we're right there too.
I was going to ask you about that. I see the Mavs finals poster or something behind you. I take it then you are a Mavs fan.
Yeah. I got to
talk about that.
We post about that, and
I saw your breakdown. Yeah,
we feel so bad for you guys. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
I don't know how Nico Harrison doesn't have a target on his back all the time.
Oh, he does.
He's good.
He's probably got a security detail.
It has to at this point.
Did you see Barkley's comments on him yesterday? Like that he did yesterday?
I wasn't watching yesterday because I was at the game. So
right. Okay. Yeah. Well, he had a good comment on it where he had a horrible press conference, and so Barkley came out and said, he was like, dude, he was like, I support you. I get what you did last year. Just don't do any more press conferences. Just take the L and then try to come back next year. It sucks the team wasn't healthy, but just take the L.
Yeah, like be the Knicks GM, Leon Rose, or the president. He's never done a press conference.
Yeah.
He's been there for years at this point. He's never once spoken to the media. Just do that. Yeah. I'd rather just never see you again.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just to be so out of touch to sit there and be like, I didn't realize how important Luka was to the fan base is just like that alone, to be in charge of a team and not realize that is insane.
And it's just he's just lying to himself. I mean, as the GM, he knows the jersey sales. Luka's jersey sales probably laps everybody else's. So that's just a total
he was
lie.
top 5 in the NBA for a Dallas Mavericks team that does not just have fans everywhere. They're all DFW based, or they're Texas based for the most part.
Yeah.
Like you're just not selling jerseys outside of him and Dirk over the last 25 years. Like I don't know.
I mean, it just came out in the news today that Jerry Jones said that his wife cried when Luka got traded.
He was wildly upset and didn't understand it. Yeah, if Jerry Jones is saying that, you did.
Yeah, you really screwed it.
Totally out of touch, man.
So bad.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, this series is going to be crazy. I mean, Game 3 is tomorrow. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Have you traveled out here for games, or is it mainly just?
I actually haven't. I have family that lives up in Colorado, and we would visit them a bunch when I was younger, but haven't been out there in a few years, and never have made it up to a game there. So I'll have to put that on the bucket list over the next couple of years, and hopefully it's a playoff series again next year. If we can just get rid of the division thing in the playoffs.
And just reseed it all. It'd be so much better.
It'd be much better. I mean, we would have had Edmonton in round 1, which isn't very fun either, but.
I mean, it's the reason why we're facing you guys right now, so to speak. I mean, in which we knew for, weeks now that this was going to happen. We're just heading right for it, and I mean, it's like we said, it's going to be knockdown, drag out, and it's going to be fun. But both these teams are going to come out definitely scarred from the battle, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, the best 3 teams in the Western Conference are going to have to play each other in round 1 and 2.
Yep.
Winnipeg, Colorado, and Dallas. Like, those are the best 3 teams in the Western Conference. I think they're better than everybody. I think Vegas is really good, but I think that's a 1 tier, and then Vegas is kind of in their own tier, and then everybody else is in another tier.
Yeah.
And you got to face them round 1 and 2 before you even get to the Western Conference Finals, like just to even have a chance to go.
That's
to
what I'm saying.
Finals.
Just get through round 1, and if you're one of those teams, you're gonna have a good chance of making it to the finals. Because this is the knockdown drag out right now. What is your thoughts on the President's Cup trophy curse? Do you think that's gonna bite Winnipeg in the ass?
Well, I was saying it on our pod. I was like, go win it. The last time we won it, we won the cup.
Yeah.
So 99, they won the President's Trophy and the Cup in the same year. I think they won it again in 2000, but nonetheless, like, we're the last team to do it. I think Dallas Stars are. So I was a proponent of going to win it just to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, it's a real thing. Like, if Winnipeg just stumbles in St. Louis and it's 2-2 all of a sudden, then it's a real thing. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's become real.
Did the Blackhawks, didn't they get the Presidents and then win it in 2013, I think?
I don't know. I
think it's Dallas. I do think it's 99 was the last time that it happened.
I'm gonna try.
It's rare.
I could be wrong.
It's definitely the.
Oh, you are right, Chad. It was the Blackhawks in 2012, 2013. Look at that. All right.
So yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen.
It's like a curse,
it's crazy. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see if they can be the ones to snap it. But it should be fun to watch. Real quick, how did you get into covering the Stars and all that stuff? I mean, we obviously just can start our own podcast nowadays, but
right. Yeah, I was born in Dallas. It was kind of happened. Like, my dad's a Dolphins fan. My Miami Dolphins, like, that's the only team I was given. So I was kind of left to my own devices after that, which as an 8-year-old, that's kind of a problem. You just kind of mix and match and see what happens. But
I like their colors.
Yeah, my dad, he has no idea anything about hockey in any way, shape, or form. He's like, oh, Mike Modano, he's pretty cool. He's a good player. Like, that's all I knew as a kid. I was like, Mike Modano, that's my guy. Yeah. So like, he didn't even say Gretzky. And yeah, so I just knew Mike Modano, and that's kind of how it was. I grew up in Alabama, so it's like, we had a AAA hockey team there, junior team, and they were really good. And some guys go on to play like WHL and AHL and all that kind of stuff, but no one's ever made it to the NHL. So it's kind of like everyone's either a Preds fan or they don't watch hockey, and there's very few Preds fans. So it's kind of left to my own devices, and I was like, I just like hockey. And now our company is based out of Houston, and a Houston team's coming to the NHL.
Sweet.
In the next few years. I would say before the end of the decade, we're going to have a Houston team. We know a lot about it and everything. So we're kind of just prepping for that and trying to get our fan base a little bit more dialed into hockey before that happens. That way they're not complete newbies before that. Yeah. And me and my co-host are both Stars fans because they're Texas hockey. I'm based in Dallas, but co-host is based in Houston, but he's a Stars fan just because it's the only team near him.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let's just do a podcast. Let's see how it goes. And we've had some good viewership and kind of growing a little bit of hockey down in Houston, but also gaining some Dallas fan base as well.
Nice.
When did you guys start your podcast?
December this year. Or
Wow.
2024. So
Okay,
cool.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Doing
Nice.
good, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hit the ground running.
That's one way to. And so you have, is it a media company then that you have as well? Okay.
Yeah. So Apollo Media is based out of Houston, by Houston for Houston. That's kind of the idea, by the fan for the fan. So we do a lot of Astros, Rockets content, Texans as well. And now we've got NBA and now our hockey podcast as well as an NFL podcast. So
nice.
Kind of do everything under the sun. We do merchandise, social media, podcasts, YouTube, all the things. So
awesome.
I think Houston's like the 3rd or 4th most populated city in the United States, isn't it?
It is. I think it's 4th.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a huge market there for a hockey team. So that's perfect.
It's massive. They already have Toyota Center. The Rockets owner wants a new arena. So then you kind of own Toyota Center after that. So if the NHL team comes there, and they still have the hockey boards in there. Like, they have the boards of the ice just sitting in Toyota Center, and they haven't had an AHL team in years now. The Arrows used to play there, but
that works out. Then hopefully they make it happen.
Yeah. No, that'd be great. I mean, I've been wondering where the next team's going to go. I know the owner of the Coyotes still owns that, and I know he wants there to be another team back in Arizona. I just don't know how logical that is.
It's going to be Houston and Atlanta.
Yeah, I know Atlanta. They want to. I mean, there was the Thrashers back in the day.
I don't know why we're doing that again, but whatever.
Come on, man, the Thrashers. That was cool.
They were sick, sure. And Kovalchuk, yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, they don't have the fan base for it. I don't know why they're doing it again, but
Yeah, I know that one is kind of rough. Atlanta is a strange place to put a hockey team.
they're Braves fans. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, and in Falcons
Braves and Georgia Bulldogs. That's
oh
about it.
yeah, don't forget
Big time.
Don't forget them Bulldogs.
Even though Georgia Tech is based in Atlanta, so those are the only teams that matter in Georgia. No one cares about the Hawks. No one cares about the Falcons. Like,
Yeah,
it's the Braves or nothing.
Yeah.
and how long have you've been in Dallas for? How long? You said you grew up in Alabama.
Yeah, I grew up in Alabama. Wife and I got married, and we moved out here in January of 23. So
Oh,
we've been
okay.
out here a little over 2 years now.
Nice, and you've just been a Stars fan from the beginning, more or less.
Yeah, for the
Since
most
you were
part.
8.
Once I bought NHL with Medano on the cover, I was
Yeah,
like,
that was it.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man. That's awesome.
Hell
a
yeah.
long time ago, PS2. Yeah,
Good old PS2, man. Never let
Yeah.
it die.
Legend can't console.
Well, man, we'll let you get out of here. I know you got a busy night. I'm sure we all do. You got. I know you said you had to keep the wife happy with eating dinner
Yeah.
and stuff. So,
Yeah.
God forbid we make her upset. But now with 2 games down, has your prediction changed in terms of games that you have the Stars winning in?
No, it's still 7.
Still
I mean,
7.
it's a dogfight, dude. It's just
Yeah.
going to be tough for both teams to win games, and the Avs are going to win games, and I think the Stars are going to win some games, and whoever wins in Game 7, I mean, they have a great shot at making it to the Stanley Cup Final, but you also you're going to take a lot out of these boys. I saw it last year. We played 3 Western Conference Finals matchups in a row. From round 1, round 2, and Western Conference Finals.
It's constant.
And they were just out of gas by the time they got to Edmonton. Obviously, we won Game 2. I think we won Game 3, and then all of a sudden we just lost 3 in a row. It was like they ran out of gas because you had to play so hard against Vegas in 7 games, and you had to play so hard in double overtime in Game 6 against Colorado. It's like,
yeah.
those are
Well,
2
and just not to mention the season, the regular season in and of itself, just getting
82
to the
games,
playoffs is insane.
Yeah, it was a grind.
Yeah.
Sagan was already hurt before the playoffs. He just kept grinding through it, and yeah, they just ran out of gas. And I don't think the defense was as good as it is this year for Dallas. I think it was a little bit worse. Obviously, Suter was on there, and it was a little gross. Lundqvist wasn't even trusted. So you're only running out 5 D-man against Colorado and then Vegas and Edmonton. Like, you can't do that. So this year we're a little bit more prepped. And then if we get Miro back here pretty soon in round 1, then I feel a lot more confident in my prediction. Right now, I still feel like it goes to 7. It's just gets a lot tighter without Miro Heiskanen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm interested to see what happens with Gabe. I do think he's going to play tomorrow. The thing last night with him,
He's playing Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see either that or don't play him at all, because it's like if he's not ready now, he's not going to be ready.
Yeah, what did you think about the activation and the deactivation of Wood on the NHL website, and then also before game, and then all of a sudden
and now there's like a bunch of like, did somebody leak something they weren't supposed to? Because I guess like you don't technically have to put the roster until after skate, and according to what Bednar said, is that that's just what Gabe wanted to do. He wanted to go out there and skate and get into the locker room and hang out with the boys and get back into kind of the groove of things. So I don't know if that's some sort of weird like I don't know, like bureaucratic thing that they have to do in order to get him in and then like take him out. But it was very strange, and like I don't know if that was some sort of weird ploy to like try and mess with the Stars, like, ooh, he's coming back tonight, like
I saw him out there and I was like, maybe they're just saying screw it, just get him out here in the road crowd.
To me,
I would have saved it for home crowd.
That's the thing that it made no sense to me. I'm like, Game 3 is the game. Bring him back Game 3, get the home pop and get that first game at home, and then try and ride that and to get Game 4 and go back up 2 games. But I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, Ross Colton got hurt in game, what was that, 1?
It was game 1,
yeah. So they're saying he could be out. He's like day-to-day-ish, I believe is what I heard last. So I don't think he's going to be back for either Game 3 or Game 4. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen, man. Like you said, this is going to be a knockdown, drag out all the way to the end, and it's going to be fun to watch. This is like the type of playoff hockey you want to watch, but unfortunately, it's our teams taking the brunt of the abuse.
Yeah, I just wish we had 1 through 8 where we could have the potential of this being a Western Conference Finals like we had in the late 90s.
That's what it should be.
Yeah, I hate
that
the
would
way
have
they
been
see
amazing.
Yep. I do appreciate the way you live tweet. I went through and
You
was watching
I'm
all
the
your
only
tweets
one in
here.
the press box doing that. that version of live tweeting. So
Sweet. Yeah, like you were showing, I think it was like a meme or something, like right before they were going to go into overtime, and I was like, "This, that's good,
it's just
nice."
Yeah,
It keeps it entertaining.
I do the same thing in the press box than I do on my couch.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing anything different. I'm tweeting as a fan. I'm up there as a fan, but you just got to be quiet and wear a suit. So it's a little different. But
yeah, a little
free
more
tickets,
buttoned
you know,
up, so to
you're up
speak.
there for free, so it's not bad.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
no, yeah, we're trying to get some sort of credentialed access to something around here.
A couple of nuggets.
Yeah, I got lucky. I just found the link to apply for media credentials, and we do have a company based behind it, so it helps.
Yeah, you've got that
little bit,
media
but-
company, which makes you seem a little more legit than just
a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
we're an LLC, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you see the boys I work with, it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah, no, I
nothing
get
different than you guys.
For sure, man. Well, thank you so much for hopping on, man. We greatly appreciate it. I know it's a busy time for you, so thank you for taking the time. I hope this is going to be the best series of the playoffs, so I think we're heading towards that, but we'll see how it goes, man, and we'll see.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, boys. It was a pleasure, and good luck, but not too much good luck.
Exactly.
Well put.
We'll go with the go Avs Tandy, you know?
Yep. Let's go Stars, baby.
Yeah.
Take
All
it
right.
easy, man.
Thank you. Have a great rest
All
of your
right, boys.
night, man. Appreciate
Have a
it.
good one.
Okay. All right. And we're gone. We gotta get this a little smoother. I'm still figuring this out.
Seems
But
like it worked.
it did. It works fine. I'm just like, I feel like I need to get a little smoother outros. But yeah, that was
It's
a
all
fun
good.
one.
Yeah.
Definitely knowledgeable.
Very.
It was surprising because like they're not very. I couldn't find them on Instagram or anything. I don't know if they all go
Yeah.
through
I couldn't either.
Apollo Media, which is a company. If you
Right.
didn't, I don't know if he said that, but so I was surprised. But then, yeah, to find out they're credentialed and stuff is super cool. So definitely good to actually have an in with the team. I
That
mean,
is
he's got the backstage
Going in there,
access.
yeah, going into
So-
the locker room asking questions. That's cool shit.
Yeah, he's got to talk to Mikko Rantanen. So we haven't got to talk to. We've talked to one athlete. So, we got a ways to go,
That's
but,
true.
we're going to keep leveling up. But it is that time for us to hit the music break.
Let's do it.
And this month we are featuring The Young Wolf. And they are a rad band out of Thailand. If you want to find them on social media, you can find them at The Young Wolf or theyoungwolf.th. The name of this song is Land of Smile. And it goes a little bit something like this. Hello, we are back. You just heard The Young Wolf. The name of that song is Land of Smile. Make sure to go check them out on all things streaming at The Young Wolf. You can find them on social media at The Young Wolf or at theyoungwolf.th. They are an awesome rock and roll band out of Thailand. Go check them out. I was comparing them to Guns N' Roses, but from Thailand. So, fuck it, as they say. Phuket. Anyways, let us get back into it. It is now time to talk about some NBA because we've got games happening right now. Let's hit the noises.
Right side to Scott. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why they not fouling? Jumper Murray. Denver
Yes, indeed.
We got 3 games going on tonight. We got the Bucks and Pacers going on right now. We'll give you a little update on the NBA playoffs as the play-in has ended since the last time we talked to you guys.
Yeah.
We got the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Pacers, and the Pacers have a 1-game lead. They're playing right now. There's 9 minutes left to go in the third, and the Pacers are up 78-62. And this is Dame Lillard's first game back in a little over a month.
Yeah. He had a deep vein thrombosis of his calf. I heard the doctors said they haven't seen anybody have such a miraculous recovery, although they credit it due to finding it early and getting him on a regimen of blood thinners that helped deal with the clot in his calf. We did see Wembanyama go down with the same thing in his shoulder. It can be a very big deal. It can be life-threatening. It can be career-ending. So very surprising to see Dame Lillard come back, but unfortunately not doing much for the Bucks right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Pacers just putting it to him right now. It got close at halftime. There at halftime, they were only up by 8, and now it's a 16-point lead just right out of the gate, going into the second half. And then the other game going on right now on TNT, that's what sucks about these NBA games, man. And I was going to get into this news here in a second about the ratings, but figure it out with the goddamn networks, man. Why are some of these games on NBA TV? This is so dumb.
Yeah, it is very dumb. And now I heard, too, that starting next year, no regional sports will have access to any of the playoff games. Right now, like, Altitude has the first series, and then after that, you don't have access. Like, they just, like, it's ours now. Like, you don't get to film it anymore. Like, you don't get to broadcast it.
Uh-huh.
So now it'll be all only NBA or TNT NBA
or
TV ESPN or wherever else they're going to put it. So, it's a bummer, but that's what they want. They want to, pigeonhole us into streaming all of their stuff so they can get
Yeah, I mean, how many people do you know that subscribe to NBA TV? I know 0.
I know my dad has it just because he has a sports package, but he never watches it.
Yeah. So, that's a bummer because the Nuggets game is on NBA TV tomorrow night, but obviously we'll watch the Altitude stream.
Yeah. So,
so the Thunder and Grizzlies are playing on TNT, and the Thunder, it is now halftime, and the Thunder
hook it up on them.
70 points, and the Grizzlies have 52.
At one point in game 1, they had a 55-point lead.
Yeah, they ended up winning by 51. It was the largest victory in a game 1 playoff series ever.
Oh, man, Jaw's going to need to start bringing a bigger clip.
Dude, he needs to figure out a celebration that's like a tank. Maybe something like that.
I saw someone do like a Jaw's next celebration, and it was like a Call of Duty kill streak, like where you lay down on the ground and like call in like a bombing run. And the guy like laid down on the floor and like opened up a laptop, and he like, and then it showed the bombing. That's about right.
It's hilarious.
The other big game tonight, and this is one that we really care about for the Nuggets because we're probably going to be facing one of these teams.
If we can get past the Thunder.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's the big because that's what sucks. Kind of just like the hockey is, it doesn't like reseed or anything like that.
Yeah.
You are destined to play the Thunder no matter what, whoever wins this series.
Yeah, so the Lakers will be taking on the Timberwolves tonight. Minnesota leads 1-0, and they kind of beat up on the Lakers last game.
Yeah, they did.
It wasn't nearly as close as people would have hoped for the Luka Doncic trade. He didn't do damn near anything really. I was trying to get to the
He scored 37.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he really?
Yeah, he scored
Oh,
37.
I'll retract what I just said.
The rest of the guys didn't really
I was
do a
trying to
whole
get to the
lot.
box score.
It was pretty much just Ant and everybody else that just kind of dominated him. And Ant even had this pretty sweet 3, and then he did his like signature celebration.
Yeah, I forget
right
what it
in
is.
Luka's
It's
face.
like that. It's
I don't
like
know what that
Spider-Man
means.
or something, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Maybe it's him spreading his seed around since he really likes to do that.
yes, he does. Yeah, and talk in a very vulgar way. So
Yeah.
there was news that came out today that he's going to be fined $50,000 for saying on the scores table in that first game when he's talking to a fan, "My dick is bigger than yours."
Yeah.
And then referring to Rudy Gobert,
He said
he
he
makes
makes
$200 million.
And then Rudy came over and corrected him. He's like, "I'm sorry, $300 million, and my dick's bigger than yours
Yeah.
is." And I was just like, "You're crazy, dude!" Like,
I saw that. I was like, they're getting fined.
yeah, and they did, and he now I saved this. Hold on, let me pull it up. He is the most fined NBA player this year,
Seems
and
about right.
so here we go. 11/15. He was fined $35,000 for an obscene gesture. December 6th, profane language during media, $25,000. 12/21, criticizing officials, $75,000. 12/27, profane language on live TV, $100,000. 1/11, obscene gestures to the officials, $50,000. 2/27, throwing ball into the stands, $35,000. And then finally, 2 days ago, obscene gesture to a fan, $50,000. So. He has paid over $370,000 in fines this year.
Yeah.
And not to mention what he's paying to hush money for the girls he's knocked up.
Yes, he has knocked up a lot of
yeah. So, but in other news, we have what are the other matchups and where are we at right now? We haven't talked about the Rockets and Warriors, where the Warriors lead 1-0, which is pretty surprising.
And now they are like minus 375 favorites to win that series.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But I mean, it's that thing with these young teams, man. And that's the one thing I'll be interested to see with the Thunder is what's going to happen when they get into a knockdown dragout that isn't the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they end up doing, whoever comes out of the Nuggets and Clippers. Speaking of which, Nuggets and Clippers, this is going to be a seven
I
game
think
series.
it's going to definitely be a
We
series.
were a little overzealous last week, saying it was going to be 5 or 6. We had Justin Kirk on, and we were all in agreement. 5, 6, you know.
Oh, yeah. Then we had Kawhi just go scorched earth last night.
15 of 19.
Yeah. At
what
one
he ended
point,
up
he
with
was 11 of 12.
Yeah, I mean, he was not missing at all. It
No.
just was to the point where he was going to shoot, and you're like, oh, that's in.
He's got
That's
such an unorthodox delivery, too. It's like he throws the ball as hard as he can. At
Yeah,
the
it does
basket.
have like an. It doesn't have an arc.
It doesn't
It's
have an
it's
arc.
like-
I don't know how he gets it to go in, but he gets it to go in all the time. I mean, that 3 hit at the end, stupid of the Nuggets to leave him wide open. But I mean, I'll say this, I'm always like the conspirator and the tinfoil hat guy. I said it the other night with the ESPN broadcast. It was awful last night because TNT had Stan Van Gundy, who his brother is an assistant coach on the Rockets, and his bias during the call is criminal. It was awful.
Yeah, it is a little ridiculous. I will say this though, Jokic needs to quit flopping. He's been flopping a little bit.
Well, I mean, was that a flop when not Draymond, but James Harden shoulder checked him last night? That was not a flop.
I hate to say it, I don't think James Harden gonna lift him up off the ground with a shoulder check.
But he did. He put his shoulder into it, man. That was an offensive foul.
Jokic was flopping.
No.
I mean, it is what it is. He's trying to get the calls because they're not really calling stuff.
That's just it,
That's
man.
the problem.
They're
so he's
not
got to
calling
play the game.
shit.
And then as soon as they decide, and this is Mark Davis's fault, he's one of the worst referees in the NBA. He misses clearly one of the most egregious offensive fouls from Norman Powell, where he basically launched Jamal Murray like 5 feet away from him with a push, which then led to that skirmish. But that happened right in front of Mark Davis. He didn't call that foul, which led to the skirmish. Had he just called that call, you wouldn't have had an issue. But then they have to go into, we got to take back control of the game. It's getting out of control. And then every 30 seconds, there's a whistle for the most ticky-tacky shit you've ever seen in your life. And it does get very, very old. But you know what I have to say, though? Don't miss 8 free throws.
8 free throws and have 7 turnovers.
Hit 4 free throws, you win that game. 20 turnovers total. 7 for Jokic.
Yeah.
But Jokic,
20 turnovers.
He's missing free throws. He's banged up. He hurt that elbow again. That's why he came out at halftime with double sleeves on for compression. Jamal Murray has the flu or something. He was clearly sick. That's
like
why
a sweater.
That's why he was wearing a sweater. Then at halftime, he took it off and just went to like short sleeves with like the arm.
He played decent though. He did, but I will say he did. And Porter played better.
Porter played good. He might not be playing though with that shoulder sprain.
He got a joint sprain. Yeah,
he's got an AC joint sprain.
And then
also
Gordon's got kind of his calf that's acting.
Calf's still there. So this team's beat up. And then the real issue with MPJ is, and we just found this out after the game, that foot brace that he has to wear from his back surgeries to keep his foot from dropping, because he's got that foot drop where his foot just stays down if he picks it up. It doesn't, his foot, like, so when he's walking, his foot, if he just picks up his foot, it just goes like this. Okay. He has drop foot because of when they fixed his back, it killed a nerve or something. And so now his foot doesn't pick up. So when he runs, if he just was running, his foot would just be like this the whole time. Around. So he has a special brace, which is why he had that miss that game when they forgot his shoes. Because he has to have that brace, otherwise he can't run. I see. And that brace broke 2 weeks ago, which is exactly when he started playing like shit, because they had to get him a new one. And this new one isn't fitting, and he's struggling with that. And that's why he isn't playing with confidence, because he doesn't feel like he can do what he wants to do with his foot. So there's that issue there, and now with the shoulder, there's a lot of stuff. We
also got a new head coach. I mean, man, there's a lot going on.
Adam's been handling it. Here's what I want to say.
Not so much that. I just mean, like, not everybody's got this new coach. You know?
No, this is definitely a crazy thing.
Everybody else has continuity.
And I don't want to spend too much time on this because we need to move on, because we're getting homerish on the Nuggets, unfortunately. But one last thing I want to say. Christian Brown, shoot the goddamn ball.
Yeah, he keeps passing it up, man. 5 points last night.
And dude, you want to know what that is? That's Malone. Malone's still in their fucking heads, and they can't. What he should have done as soon as that ball hit him, shoot it. Instead, he was like, and then he like stepped back and then shot it, and it was like
horrible shot,
and it was a terrible shot. Yeah, if he would have caught it in rhythm, he probably would have made it.
It was. I had a 4-leg parlay last night. I hit 3 out of 4. The one I didn't hit, and it was minus 470. Was Christian Brown to hit 10 points. He only hit 5.
He had
5 points.
He had a bad game.
But
it's a couple errors at the end of the game.
I feel so indifferent on him, though, because he brings so much energy. His defensive presence, he makes steals. Dude, it's
getting a little Westbrooky at the end of the game, though. I don't want to throw that on him, but it is getting a little like...
And Westbrook, I mean, with the turnover at the end of the game. I mean, it's like we either live or die by Westbrook, because he hit some huge threes in that game.
He did. I mean, hey... Do not leave that guy alone in the corner. He's 50% right there. But that was 3 times he was just standing there like, oh, shit.
Every now and then it's like his brain shuts off and he forgets how to dribble.
Yeah, or he just is running and he's just like, and just throws the ball.
It's like he's like a running back and he wants to just run as fast as possible. And that's why a lot of his layups miss, because there's too much.
He's going like 90 miles per hour. It's just like, slow down a little bit.
Slow down, dude.
But yeah, the Nuggets, Jokic.
It's 1-1 in that series.
They got to figure it out. Jokic, they all need to get healthy, and I don't think that's going to happen.
The Celtics are up on the Magic 1 game right now, but Jason Tatum is listed as doubtful, and he hurt his wrist in that game. But I guess Joe Mazzulla thought it was just a little boo-boo, because he wouldn't even let the trainer go out there and yelled at him, "Get up!" Like a mean dad.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't mess around, dude.
Crazy, but now he's doubtful.
Yeah, so bummer for them. Cavaliers and Heat. Cleveland leads 1-0 over the Heat.
I want to see the Cavs, I've said it before, I want to see them in the finals.
Cavs and Celtics would be a really good game. Yeah. Another news, Knicks and Pistons, I don't think we touched on. Pistons did win. Snaked home court from the Knicks.
Did you see? That was their first playoff win for the Detroit Pistons since 2008.
Yep. Did you see that stat about the Pope dying? That the Jets are the only team in his lifetime to not have a playoff win.
It's so sad, dude. Oh, the poor Jets, and it's gonna stay that way.
Rest in peace, Pope.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
The one last bit of news I thought was kind of interesting. Pretty crazy. Over the last 25 years, this is the highest ratings the NBA's had in the opening weekend. In 25 years. So the numbers are fantastic. Silver said before the NBA released the official ratings, the league said the 8 games over the weekend averaged 4.4 million viewers, the highest average in 25 years, and a 17% increase over the opening weekend of last season's playoffs. That's shocking.
Well, yeah, because they've been down. So apparently we're all just waiting for the playoffs. It's just like the actual games where you only need to watch the final 5 minutes of a game to really get a grasp on it.
Unless you're a diehard like us.
Yeah, well, you watch the whole game. But that's, that's kind of how the season's feeling now, too. It's just it's 82 games. We'll just wait till the final 20 and then we'll start paying
It's
attention.
a lot of people.
But yeah, I mean, they need to figure it out because they are having some issues. The regular season was down, but good to see the playoffs are up, I mean, playoff basketball is fun to watch, like Jokic said, man. The matchup between them and the Clippers is the playoff basketball you want to watch.
Oh, it's great too.
So.
I mean, the matchup between Zubac and Jokic, Zubac, dude, he's great. You had 59 double doubles this year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Such an underrated player. And it's great old school. They're calling it 1985's type of center battle. And the other thing too, before this is the last thing on the Nuggets that I just want to hit, I like Kawhi Leonard a lot, man. He is one of my favorite players.
What it sucked. It was at least it was Kawhi.
He's so humble, never makes
assassin.
a stink, the claw. I loved him when he was on the Raptors and beat the Warriors. I was a fan of when he was on the Spurs. I mean, this guy is just quiet and does his job. He's also a big stoner, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, him and Durant are all about that
Yes,
life.
they are. I mean, dude, if you ever get high to
Most
play
NBA,
basketball,
yeah.
it is the way to go. Yeah.
You're in their flow state.
Yes, you are. I think that's all the games, though. I didn't know you put on the UFC Fight Night. That's cool, man.
I just threw it on there just to talk about it.
I didn't know he was fighting. No, thank you.
Oh, well, hey, you know what? That's what I do sometimes.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Oh, you want to go to that right now? Let's do it. Let's get it
Then we'll
on.
finish up with
Let's
some
get it
F1.
on.
Let's get it on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Got a fight night this weekend.
Yeah, there's a good one. Ian Machado Gary will be taking on Carlos Prates. Yep.
Yes.
Not sure who he is, but
I know his mom told him to finish him fast and furious or something crazy like
Mortal
that.
Kombat
Yeah.
style, I guess.
Finish him.
Nice.
His little Mexican grandmother.
Is
or
it in
Brazilian.
Vegas? Where's it at? Do you know?
You know
Oh, what? I think it's in Kansas City.
I don't know. Let me look.
I know there was supposed to be one in Kansas City in April.
View the card.
What does it say?
Why doesn't it say anywhere where it's at? Oh, Kansas City.
Sweet
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah,
There's a
man.
big fan base there. That's cool. Nice. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, man.
Yep, but
Kansas City
Ian
Pride.
Gary's up and coming welterweight, so we should see how that works out.
Another boy from Ireland. He is favored -130 over Carlos Prates from Brazil. His odds are +110. And then getting into that second fight here, we've got Anthony Smith versus Zhang Mingyang. And it looks like, I'm trying to see here. I'm going to zoom in here. Oh, no, that didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, Anthony Smith's an old vet. He's even commentating most days.
Yeah, so I was going to try and give you the odds on that, but I can't pop it up.
No,
And,
check it out.
Yeah, you know what? You can Googleize. Googleize it.
All right,
Jesus.
let's get into the media, the meat of this show.
The F1? You want to get into
Yes,
F1?
sir,
All
yeah.
right, it's that
I watched
time.
all 50 laps of this one.
Me too. It was a good one. Here we go. Just pushed the DDOE on accident. You guys just saw John Daly for no reason. But everybody needs to see John Daly every once in a while.
Of course.
Yes, it was an eventful race this weekend.
Lots of turmoil.
Yes. Verstappen started on pole position, and he went off the track at the first corner under pressure from McLaren's Oscar Piastri. He kept the lead, but received a 5-second penalty for gaining an advantage by going off the track, and he actually had to rescind that due to his 5-second penalty when he went into the pits. That helped Piastri take his third Formula One win this season, as once he got into the lead, there was really no catching him.
He did get Red Bull had a step on him in the straights, though.
Yeah, but I mean, he was eating them up in the corners. They were having trouble keeping pace in the corners, and it's just tough to pass people, especially when they always talk about clean air. That's a big thing.
That's a huge thing.
And when you're in the front, you're breathing in the clean air, and when you're behind the leader or anybody else, you're sucking in dirty air, and that will make your car run a little bit worse. But Verstappen, speaking of Red Bull, told his Red Bull team over the radio during the race that he felt that Piastri had forced him off the track. The four-time champion repeatedly refused to go into any more detail in a televised interview and a later news conference. Yeah, they were not happy about it. They thought it was, I mean, it could have been a 10-second penalty, so to some regards, the race stewards were kind of lenient in giving it to him.
But Christian Horner's trying to fight it, though.
No, and what are you going to do, though? I mean, if they give it back, I guess he wins. I guess
he
they
wins.
Just switch
That's
it,
why it's kind of a big deal. But, I mean, it really could go either way. I mean, Oscar really didn't give him anywhere to go. That's why I included the still of it. Because if you see, every other driver is taking the inside corner of that turn.
Piastri definitely went wide.
He went way wide.
Yeah.
And that's just it. And
Max has done shit like that before.
And that's
racing, man.
Yep. That's what's so fascinating about this is Piastri's like maybe the only driver that's not intimidated by Verstappen. Everybody else, especially Norris. I mean, when Verstappen does these things, they will get out of the way. You know, I mean, we saw it.
Yeah, they'll
Max won.
Yeah, they'll back down.
Yeah,
they'll be like, "Oh shit, it's Max."
But Oscar really just stands up to him, and you know, Max had nothing but good things to say about him afterwards. He said how he said Oscar keeps his cool during a lot of times, especially on the track, and that's why we see the success he has. But man, Lando Norris, yeah, he really needs to get out of his own head because he had a wreck in practice 3, I think it was.
Yeah, or no, it was qualifying. He wrecked in
3.
qualifying and ended up, I forget where he started, but yeah, he's
7th, I believe.
He's struggling. I mean, right now, Piastri sits ahead in the Drivers' Championship, 99 points ahead of Lando. And with the way things are going, it looks like Piastri's kind of turned the tables, or so to speak, and is now going to be that guy finishing ahead of Lando. And Lando may be in some trouble here come the end of the season if he's not performing up to snuff, so to speak.
Like, you think they would move on from him?
It's possible. I mean, right now, I heard there's rumblings that Christian Horner has had secret informal meetings with George Russell about the second seat at Red Bull.
Oh, that would be huge. Because I'm glad you said this, because let's get into the turn 1 or the first lap. We had a wreck where Pierre Gasly for Alpine kind of collided with Yuki Tsunoda, and they both ended up having to retire, not even making, well, I guess Yuki made one lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, they both ended up.
I think he just finished that lap because he had to continue around.
Yeah, but dude, let's get to Kimi Antonelli, who, you know, I didn't realize he had a stomach bug in this. When they were watching him exit the race afterwards, I mean, he was like leaning. I think it was on his dad or somebody like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like he was about to pass out. Still finished 6th and was able to hold off the guy that he replaced, Lewis Hamilton.
Again.
Yes, to finish 6th.
Yeah, and this dude's 18 years old, man, racing with the big boys, finishing ahead of one of the greats in his seat, so to speak, that's still barely cooling from Hamilton's butt cheeks. Yeah. And yeah, it's incredible, man. He finishes 34 seconds off the pace, but still 6th place. That's huge, especially for a guy who's finished in. I think he's only finished out of the top 10 once. I think he finished 11th.
It was last week. That was
the
first time.
So, and I mean, way to go, Toto, man. Toto Wolff has picked a hell of a driver to replace Lewis Hamilton.
Yes, he has. And the same thing, George Russell finishes in the top 5. Russell's doing really well. Let's hit the driver standings real quick because McLaren's definitely at the top 2, but it's a 3-man race, and Russell's right there as well. We got Oscar Piastri dominating at 99 points, and then Lando Norris at 89. Max Verstappen's right behind him at 87. And then George Russell, who's just Mr. Consistent this year, has 73 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty crazy, man.
Yes, indeed. And then 2 weeks, we got Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Yes, indeed.
Bienvenidos a
All the
Miami.
stars will be out. It'll be a good race.
Yeah, there's
We'll be
going to be
able to
a
watch it.
ton of people there. Yeah, it's going to be at a normal time, which will be nice. So that'll be cool. Make sure to tune in for that. Other than that, Thursday night, big night. We got the Nuggets that night, and we got the draft. It sucks.
And I think the Philly boys might be calling one of us.
I think both of us. I think we're both going to go on. So
How was that? Are they going to call both of us? How's that working?
I think they're calling us around our picks, like our team's picks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think.
All right. Sweet.
I don't really know, but
Yep.
we'll find out. Yeah. So we might be on their podcast. We should be. So tune into that. We'll be sharing that as well. Other than that, we need to get into the Daily Dose of Excellence,
we
which
do.
this one, we're throwing. This one's caution to the wind here. We kind of flying by the seat of our pants here.
Couldn't really find one this week, so we're handing it out to.
We'll see. Right now, you're gonna find out.
Yep.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it
hard. All right, Chad. What
All right.
is it? Tell us.
Boston's Peyton Pritchard.
Oh, there we go.
Named 2024-2025 Kia. Got to have that sponsor in there. NBA Sixth Man of the Year award. He is the fourth Celtic to ever win this, joining Kevin McHale, Bill Walton, Malcolm Brogdon just from a couple years ago. So hats off to him. I mean, this dude was just raining down threes this year. I'm trying to find his
40.7%
Thank you.
from
That's
three.
what Chris with the great.
There we
stat.
go.
Thank
Look
you.
at that.
what I was looking for.
So yeah, he's averaging 40% from three. Let's see, 47.2 from the field. Average 14.3 points in 28.4 minutes. Also got some 3.8 rebounds and 3.5 assists. But yeah, this guy, I mean, the Celtics 3-point shooting this year is just insane.
Yeah.
They, I believe, have just shattered the record for 3 points taken in a year. I was trying to get to that.
That's all they do is they just rain threes.
Yes, so the Boston Celtics broke the NBA record for most three-pointers made in a single season with 1,370. They surpassed the previous record held by the 22-23 Golden State Warriors, who had 1,363. This achievement was highlighted during a game against the Phoenix Suns where they made 14 three-pointers.
Yep.
So yeah, they rain threes out there in Boston, and it shows. They're one of the favored teams in the East. So
Yep. His 1,790. Why can't a seven?
you got it.
1,079 points. That's what I was messed up on. Yeah.
That's when it's just a
When it's just like a double digit like
Yeah.
that, it always messes me up. But
screws you.
those
It's okay.
amount of points off the bench were the most in the NBA. And I mean, this guy's lethal. Like we were saying, him, and I mean, you got Derek White, even Al Horford can hit threes.
Yeah.
Everybody on that team can hit threes.
Yeah, and he's a little white boy, so we gotta give props to the little white guys out there in the NBA trying to make it.
Not too many, not too many of them.
Yeah.
So hats off to him.
Indeed. Yes.
And yeah, that was a hell of an episode.
was
Thank
a
you
fun one.
again to Apollo for coming on and being a great guest and giving us a little insight on the stars.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate
It's
it.
showing us how objective and civil we are for having the enemy on.
That's exactly right. You know what? We aren't entirely biased. Just mostly.
Yeah, Stan Van Gundy. Take
Yeah.
a note.
You dick.
Yes.
You little... Oh, no, wait. The bald one's the one on the bench.
That's Jeff, right?
Jeff, yeah. Stan.
Yep. Stan's the
Screw
one
you,
calling the
Stan.
game. Yeah. Like when Jamal Murray picked him up last night, I mean, he acted like he just shot him.
Oh, I
It
know.
was ridiculous.
I know. Yeah, Murray was showing off his moves from hanging out with
I will
Volkanovski.
say, though, yeah, that was pretty
He
yeah.
was going to hip toss him.
He is a big UFC fan. I thought it was pretty cool before game one. Macy Barber, UFC fighter from Colorado, he gave her a jersey.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty cool how intertwined he is in the UFC community.
Before we get, I did see a picture of Volkanovski when he was playing rugby. Dude,
Oh,
he was a tank.
he he was so
He's
much
like
heavier.
225.
Yeah.
He was just like, but he's like this big, but he's like this wide.
tank,
Like,
dude.
I was like, holy shit.
And he swims with great whites and stuff,
Yeah.
man. He's a
those
beast, dude.
Australians are nuts, man.
He is a beast.
Well, we got to get out of here. It was
Yes,
a
we
fun
do.
one. We
It was a good
appreciate
episode.
each and every one of you. Make sure to tell a friend and make sure that they subscribe and follow as well. Otherwise, they're not a good friend.
If you're a Giants fan, tune in next week. We will be having Chris Rosa on.
Yep, talking about the draft. We will catch you guys next week. Thank you
Yes.
for tuning in. Toodles.
We appreciate you.
Bye-bye.